Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today we're going to do a quick little haul for October. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. This video is going to be a quick overview of some of the makeup and skincare bits that I got in for October. Some of this was sent to me in PR, but most of it I bought with my own money, either to do videos with this month or to, showcase or just like restock my skin and body care section. So if you're thinking, Micah, you look terrible, that's because I'm not wearing any makeup today, but I did want to film. I just came back from Paris last night. I was away for 2 days, and I've been wearing makeup for every single day of the week since like midway September. So I also just feel like my skin just needs a break. I like to usually have like at least one makeup free day every single week, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. I was like, I do want to film, but I don't want to do my makeup. I'm actually in my pajamas and in my bathrobe today because I just want to have a lazy day. It's Sunday, it's super dark and dreary, it's very rainy. Fall is definitely here, but I thought I could quickly come on here to show you some of these new bits that I bought or got in PR. So if I start with the PR that I received 3 new eyeshadow palettes through Monolith. They very kindly gifted these to me as they were part of their recent launch. At the end of September, not only did they launch the new palette that they did in collaboration with Glaminatrix, but they also restocked the website with loads of new releases, and they very kindly gifted me 2 other ones that were new to the website when they did their September update, which went live on the 27th of September. In case you don't know, I am affiliated with Monolith, so I'll have a code right here. If you want to get 5% off of your order, then you can. There is no word yet when the new drop will be going live on Monolith, but I'm pretty sure that in October they will have another update and some new products will be added to the website again. They're already teasing on Instagram what they hope to get in new, so that's lovely. So in case you were wondering, here is the Crown and Legacy that they sent me. So this is the Monolith and Glaminatrix collab. It's not unique to Monolith though, so if you're not in the EU, you can still get this. Glaminatrix sells it through their own website, as well as, I believe for US customers, they are using Unearthly Cosmetics Fulfillment Center to be shipping out also this palette to US customers. So no matter where you are in the world, you can still get this palette, and Monolith now actually ships to the UK as well, which I think is good. I think they also use DHL like they do for Europe, which is good. But here is what the color story essentially looks like. It's purples, greens, and neutrals. Essentially, there's a touch of like tealy blue at the bottom, and as you're watching this, I did already play around with this because it was still like technically September, so I squeezed this one in. So we'll be doing a full review with this palette at the end of the month. It's beautiful, but I do feel it's different from the Glaminatrix formula that I've been testing out in like the Barely Basics and the Sugar and Spice. What was the last one? The Timeless Tones. Those 3 palettes, I feel they also have smaller pans. They're a different formula to this. I don't want to call it better or worse quality because I do feel that the quality of this palette is still really good. When I was doing the looks with it, there was like no patchiness or skipping or anything weird. I just feel like the formula does feel different in usage compared to other things I'm used to from the brand. But these are beautiful. There are some really beautiful sparkly shimmers in here, but I don't feel it's necessarily like the shifty shades that we get in some of the other palettes. So depending on what you like, this may still be a good one. The minute this dropped and the color story was announced, I was like, yup, that looks like it could actually be up my street, and it definitely does. So I'm very happy with this color story, and I just think it's a really great thing that Monolith now has a collab with a brand I love. I mean, it's two great things coming together in my book. I love Monolith, but I also love Glaminatrix, so I'm really happy that this is out there, and you need to decide for yourself whether you think this is going to be worth it. Then this came to me as a surprise because I had kind of missed the announcement for this launch by Unearthly in August, but I did include it in my most recent new makeup releases video that went live on Sunday. This is the Gothic Romance, and this does look beautiful, but it is very, very matte heavy. And we all know how I feel about mattes. I just want there to be like an equal 50-50 split shimmers between mattes. And there's only 4 shimmers in here. There's one in this corner, one over here, and one over here. And 2 of them are light, but this, for instance, and also when I swatch this one, both of them have a very deep base. So for me, I don't think I'm going to like it necessarily all that much. I do like the gradient of, for instance, these purples that we get here, and then the green, then there's warm tones, and there are pinks. So I do like the concept of this. I just wanted there to be more shimmers, especially for this price point, because I think this is like 65 euros or something, and then to only get 4 shimmers, that's really pushing it for me. Check back on Thursday to hear more thoughts on like shimmer quality and like price points of palettes. It's beautiful. It's unearthly. I generally like the unearthly formula, and I'm not sure if it's this one or it was a little 6 pans they released before this, where they were saying it's the same quality as the old Full Magic, and that's one of my favorite unearthly palettes. And I have the Dreamer that had the more updated formula in, but that I didn't like as much. So I'm hoping that this is going to be successful. I'm going to be testing it out in November for you guys, because there were already like so many other things I need to test out in October. So this is going to be going into my next month's palette review. So I will get around to it. It will be reviewed. This is just on the back burner for a little bit because there are already 7 palettes I need to review for October, which is plenty. And I said I wasn't going to get it, but then they sent it to me in PR, so now I do have it. This is the Bella Beauté Bar and Noopur Makeup Coalescence collab. And I'm really happy for the creator, Noopur. I've been following her since the start of the year, and she has some really unique content ideas, and I think she is really adding something to the beauty space that we didn't have yet. Her channel is very review focused though, and I do not tend to watch a lot of makeup reviews anymore because I feel it skews, or it could potentially skew how I feel about a product, and I want to go in as blind as possible. So that's why I don't tend to watch a lot of creators anymore who do review-based makeup content, because I review makeup too, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And now that I have this in, I think it's more beautiful than what it looked like in pictures online. I feel that with so many of the images that we see online, so much of the imaging is like it has the most ideal lighting situations and everything looks super sparkly, and I just feel sometimes that's not what I want. What I will say though is with this, I'm not really getting the kind of mattes that I would pair with these shimmers. I think that's where the issue comes from. I think the mattes and the shimmers separately are really beautiful, but I don't really think that mixing and matching these types of mattes with these kind of shimmers is necessarily what I would go for. So I'm a little bit on the fence about it for that reason, and that sort of confirms the first like gut instinct I had when I first saw pictures of this. It is beautiful though, but I do feel that, for instance, something like this, a shimmer like this, you have it already a million times over in your collection. So unless you were looking to support the creator, and of course Bella Beauté Bar is another favorite brand of mine, like Glaminatrix and Bella Beauté Bar are currently like up there when it comes to favorites in terms of eyeshadow quality for me. So I'm really curious to see if this is consistent with the Bella Beauté Bar formula that I know I love. It seems to be. The mattes in here were a little bit difficult to swatch though. So we'll see how that goes. It could just be that because I have such light skin that some of these tones may not go the best, but I'm not entirely sure whether it's me or whether it's the palette just yet. Again, something I will be testing out, but not until November, because there's already so much in my Shop My Stash that I still need to test out. So those were the 3 bits that were sent to me in PR by Monolith. So thank you to Monolith for sending me everything here. So I just mentioned not wearing any makeup because I was just away for 2 days and I'm just a little bit tired, and I just didn't want to wear makeup yet again. Everything you'd seen me putting live over the weekend, I had pre-filmed, and I really sort of like 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 just really put in some work in the past week to make sure you got all of that content and there wasn't a break, and now I just feel like I just need a day where I can just chill and relax. But the reason why I had to pre-film and like post things was because I went to Paris. I didn't vlog it this time around. I did vlog some of the other trips to Paris I've done in the past, so those vlogs are over on the other channel. I just didn't feel like I was going to do anything differently compared to other trips I've taken, so there wasn't really that much added value. I went to Disney, and then I went to like the city the day after to do a little bit of shopping, and something that I needed was more skincare. As you will see in my November haul as well, those products aren't in yet, even though I did already place the order. But I really need to restock my skincare cabinet with loads of new things. And so I went to Paris to pick up some favorites as well. Like that's usually when I also go to Disneyland, I try to like make sure that the next day is like a little bit longer as well, so I can still go into town and like go visit a pharmacy and pick up some skincare. I'm halfway through the last bottle of Bioderma in my skincare cabinet, so I knew I needed to pick up this is the Bioderma Hydrobio, so the one with the blue cap. This is made for dry skin. The pink cap one is for like just normal skin, and then you have a green cap one, which is for oily or acne prone skin. I have dry skin, so that's why I go for the blue one, and I really like this one especially. So I bought 2 of these last year when I went in September, and like I said, I'm about halfway through the second bottle of this, so I knew if I would buy one, I would probably be okay until like the next time I can go to Paris sometime next year. Because I try to go to Paris like once a year or so. And then I found that they had this micellar water from Roche Posay that I haven't tried yet, so this way I feel I can test out something new as well. I love a bit of micellar water in the morning for a quick little cleanse. And sometimes when I'm traveling, it's the only cleanser I'll take with me. But yeah, a La Roche-Posay micellar water as well to test it out to see how much I like it compared to the Bioderma. The Bioderma is my holy grail. I've repurchased it over and over and over. In a pinch, I like the Garnier one. I tend to use that one a little bit as well. But I just feel that the Garnier, like none of the varieties they have is especially good for dry skin. And that's why I like the Bioderma. This one, like I said, I've never tried before, so this way I have something old, something new. This comes with 400 milliliters of product, and then the Bioderma is actually 500, so I always get the big bottle. And I think getting a big bottle like this here in the Netherlands would at least be like 18 euros or something, and in Paris this was 11.50 or something crazy like that. This one was like 10.50. These French skincare brands are a little bit more affordable in France than they are over here, even if they do sell them. But Bioderma, for instance, is quite difficult to find here. It's not available in like stores. You have to go online, which I don't always like. And I don't think they sell the big guy over here either. Then I got some deodorant because I really liked it. I actually picked up this 2-pack last year, and I only just ran out. I just picked up some more deodorant. I usually wear the Dove ones, but this is actually really good as an antiperspirant, even though it is a spray. But then I spotted that they also did the antiperspirant in a stick, and this is the kind that's not supposed to leave any white marks on your clothing, so that's why I opted for that. And this I just want to test out to see. I haven't used a roll-on deodorant in forever, so I'm just gonna go and see if that works. But I really, really like this. It's a lot better at controlling your sweat than other deodorants I've tried. And I used to have Vichy deodorant when I first started teaching. It was the only deodorant that I didn't sweat through during my first lesson. I don't know what happened, but over time I've started to sweat less. Maybe because I experience less stress now that I've had some teaching experience in. But the first couple of years of teaching, this was the only brand that worked for me. So that's why I like having this. And again, I think like this was like $6.99, which, I mean, for deodorant, that may seem expensive, but over here, a Dove deodorant is already $5.99, and that isn't as good at sweat control as this is. And I think the 2-pack was like 14 or 15 euros, so that's pretty decent. And then I got another cleanser. This is the La Roche Posay Toleriane Micellar Mousse, which I actually think is really interesting because there used to be the Body Shop aloe vera cleanser that came in like similar packaging where you pump it out and then it's a mousse. And I really like that. That's one of my favorite all-time cleansers, but they discontinued it. And I've been trying to find a product that can do the same thing for me as that one. I actually picked one up in Germany when I was there last. I think that was about a year ago. That one I haven't used yet, but that's actually my current cleanser. My shower is almost gone, so then I'm going to put that one in my shower. And so this one I then have as a backup. So this is just something I want to test out to see how much I like it. I've been trying to find like a good cleanser, and I found a really good cleanser for taking off makeup, and like I said, a quick cleanse in the morning with the micellar water. But something that's a little bit more like just when I just want to feel like I've cleansed my face, I don't really have anything that's good for that I can use long term. Most cleansers end up drying out my skin way too much, and it's just an issue. So very often by the time I've used like half the bottle, I will have to stop using it because it starts to irritate my skin long term. I hope this isn't the case with that one, but we'll see. And then from the French skincare, I do actually, like I said, I did place a massive order on YESSTYLE for loads of like J and K beauty skincare, which is the reason why I didn't buy so much skincare while I was in Japan, because I had all of these products saved in my YESSTYLE shopping basket. I had a ton of commission on that website that I still had to use before it expired. So I placed the order, and it's still coming. You'll see in November. I went crazy on YESSTYLE. I think I have like 35 skincare items coming, and a lot of them are like moisturizers and essences and things like that. But I cannot do without my two favorite moisturizers, okay? So that's why I did pick up a bigger size of the La Roche Posay Cicaplast B5. This is my favorite moisturizer of all time. I'm currently using the one with SPF in. That doesn't come in the big size though, but I still have a big one in backup in my skincare cabinet, but moisturizers is what I'm lowest on currently. I usually have two different moisturizers on the go, one for the morning and one for the nighttime. And then, of course, the Avene Cicalfate. When I tried this for the first time, I fell in love. Again, something I did pick up a new bottle of that I haven't used yet, but this way, I'm never going to be without it. And the reason why I like having these on hand is because I have such sensitive skin. Sometimes my skin can just freak out a little bit when I'm testing out something that's new. And then I like having these moisturizers on hand because I know they will suit my skin and just help with any redness or anything else that I might be experiencing. So I just like having them on hand as safeguards, as stuff that I know works and that works long term, that I've repurchased over and over. I think the Cicaplast, this is my like 10th bottle of it or something crazy like that. And the Cicalfate, I've used like 2 of them up in the past. So I know these are really good ones that my skin just loves. So they're very basic, but that's just, with my skin, like when I touch it, it already gets red. So I know I cannot mess around with it too much, but like I said, I have loads of new skincare. Some of it is repurchases of things that I know I like. And then I also like bought lots of new things, which is why I didn't invest, even though I'm almost running out of sunscreen. I didn't invest in any La Roche Posay sunscreen this time around because I actually ordered like 4 or 5 different sunscreens from K-beauty brands. It's insane. But yeah, things to test out and things that I'm really excited for trying. So that's the French skincare. And then I bought some makeup, 2 bits for just reviews in general. And then the other bits are all things I want to film with later this month. So you're going to see the rest showcased really, really soon. But I really still wanted the 2 purple blushes that Fenty Beauty does. These were discontinued in stores, which is why I cannot find them anymore. They are only on the Fenty Beauty website. They're both in the shade Drama Class. And I picked up the cream version as well as the powder version. And I really wanted to test these out to see how much I like them. I already have one of the cream blushes by Fenty Beauty in Strawberry Drip, I think it's called. And this is the one in Drama Class. I'm actually on the hunt for like the best purple blush that is still available. I have one from Urban Decay called Bittersweet that I love. If I need a purple blush, I have it. But Bittersweet was discontinued years ago, so you can no longer find it. So I actually want to do like a little testaroo to see if I can recommend a purple blush for people who are interested in purple blush. And then here is the Suede blush in Drama Class. And this is the one I really wanted. I have one in Water Brat, which is beautiful. And this one I hope is going to be as successful as that is. So this way I have some more purpley tone blushes to test out for you. And these are just some of the best, like from what I've seen online, people talking about these are some of the best purple blushes of your lifetime. So I want to see if that's true. And then everything else is Kiko. So I actually found out that the reason why the Kiko Milano Flawless Fusion Bronzer is no longer available in shade 1 is because they released new shades. I was on the website, I don't know what I was filming. I think it was my top 3 in every category video that I did last September, and the Flawless Fusion Bronzer is still one I love, but mine started to hard pan. I just think it's getting a little old, and I could no longer find shade 1 anywhere. But then I was on the website trying to link it, and I found out that they were doing 3 or 4 different shade names that I had never seen before. And shade 8 on the website is called Cool Almond. So when I was in town the other day, I had a look and they had this shade in stock. And then I looked at it and I was like, they've just put a different shade name on it. But this looks like it's going to be a similar tone to shade 1. It does look a little bit more gray than the original, so I cannot wait to see what this looks like on. But yay again for Kiko doing a more cool tone bronzer, because I saw it in store, like I said, and compared to all the other shades they did, shade 8 definitely looked like it was more cool tone than everything else. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say this, but I picked up the 2 Fenty Beauty blushes during a weekend where they had like, what was it, 20% off of everything on their website. So that actually made it worth it in terms of shipping. I was afraid, because Fenty Beauty does ship from the US, that it was going to incur extra fees, but it didn't. It was 8 euros, 8 or 9 euro shipping, and that was it. I didn't have to pay any other fees for these 2 blushes, and I did get the discount. So I did the math, and if I had bought these at full price, including the shipping, I essentially got 1 for free now. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then the Kiko website also did 20% off the day I placed my order, which is good. So I picked up the bronzer so I can compare this shade to the old 01 shade to see how similar they are. I do want to do that. I was really happy because when I went into store, I went into 3 different Kiko stores trying to find this eyeshadow. This is part of their Lumiverse collection. This was a limited edition collection they did over the summertime. And this eyeshadow was the only thing that was on my wish list. But of course, by the time I could buy it, like I had predicted, it was out of stock everywhere. And it's this purple, silver, gold duochrome. Almost multi-chrome, but not quite. It's in shade 3, Quantum Violet. And this just looked stunning. And on the website, it was still on stock. So I was like, might as well. So I finally got my hands on the highlighting drops in shade 2. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's like this peachy, rosy pink, but it seems to have a bit of a silver, like from what I can tell from the swatches they have on the website, it seems to have a hint of silver to it, which is why I wanted to test it out. And the last time I placed an order with Kiko, these were out of stock, at least this shade was. So I now finally got my hands on it. Then I also found out that they're doing a skin tint now. I hadn't seen this before. This is the Skin Hybrid Foundation Blurring Skin Tint in shade 1. Here's the bottle. So I will be testing that out for you. And then I finally was able to pick a shade in the Velvet Touch Blush Sticks. This is in shade 8. I haven't seen this yet. Here is what that looks like. I think that's pretty, but I've tested out the Kiko Milano bronzer sticks, so I know that people want to hear my thoughts on the blush sticks, whether I like those too. So I got those, and then I spotted this newer lipstick formula, the 3D Hydra Lip Stilo. The new lipsticks that were in my new makeup releases video weren't out yet when I placed this order. Should have checked, but oh well. But these I haven't tested yet. This is shade 10. I also picked up shade 16 and shade 18. Oh, that looks pretty. Ooh, that's a cool tone. Okay. So 10, 16, and 18, I will be doing a video with Kiko. So you're going to see a full face makeup look with Kiko Milano sometime later this month. I will be substituting some of the other products that I've bought from Kiko because I did a full face get ready with me using new Kiko products last May, and I haven't really gone back to those yet. So it's also like a reminder to myself to use some of those other new in Kiko bits. So I want to do a full face makeup look with Kiko again for you later this month, and this way I have some new bits to show you in that video. So yeah, those were all of the new in makeup-y and skincare bits that I wanted to show you, and that's also why I'm posting this video today. Normally this would be the day where I post a shop my stash because it's Tuesday today, because I had, like, I knew I was going to Paris and I would be buying these skincare bits anyways. I figured I could like swap those two things around and show you that, and also by the time I had to film my Saturday video that you saw, the Fenty Beauty stuff hadn't come in yet. So I was like, this way I have a good enough overview of everything that's new to me, and I hope you really liked seeing this video. Like I said, I will be testing all of these things out. The skincare stuff, save for the two La Roche Posay cleansers, I've tested out. There's reviews up on the blog. That's usually where skincare reviews go. I do post a like makeup and beauty empties video once a year at the start of the new year, and I show you everything and I sort of give you my speedy reviews of things that I've liked. But yeah, I tend to be pretty, like, when it comes to skincare, I'm just not that adventurous because of my sensitive skin. I just want to use things that I know work for me, and I tend to like stick to something and use it up completely before I move on to something else, which is why I only really do massive like skincare hauls like once every 2 years, because that's roughly how long it takes me to use things up and me having to restock some things. And a couple of years ago, I placed an order on Beautylish for some Good Molecule stuff. They lost the package, it seemed, so by the time I contacted customer services, they were kind enough to send me the entire package again, and then that new package came in, and then 2 weeks later, the original package arrived because it was found somewhere, and they were like, no, keep it. So I was sitting on a lot of extra skincare for that reason that I didn't necessarily need. So it definitely took a longer time for me to be going through things, and I was actually sent a bunch of skincare right before the summertime by Medicube. So I'm currently actually using that. And then once that is gone, I barely have a moisturizer left in my skincare cupboard. So I knew I had to restock and update my skincare cupboard anyways. I was like, I'm going to Paris, I'm going to buy some things there, and you'll see what I picked up from YESSTYLE in November, because it's going to be a lot. So thanks so much for watching me here today. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I hope to see you again really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.